Today, we're talking high-end interior design. You're gonna see how someone can put their unique touch on a property.
Hello everybody, my name is Magda. This project is a conversion of a 4-bedroom home into 8-bedroom and 8-bathroom co-living home in Warrington.
Question that I'm sure everyone is going to be wanting to know: numbers.
We purchased this property for... Overall, I feel like this looks like a hotel room.
It definitely does.
I did use the Sketchup model from Fiverr to bring it to life.
Fiverr, that's something different. What made you use someone from Fiverr?
This place is as soundproof as slats would be. I shout my husband's name. I don't know, maybe he's ignoring me. He says that he can't hear me.
Genuinely, this is the best kitchen I've seen.
Oh really? Oh wow.
No, seriously, you've done a great job here.
In the end of the day, yes, there are people living in here. I know this is an investment, but it's people's lives in here.
I'm actually at a property where we have come into our first 8-bed HMO. If you stay to the end, you're gonna see how someone who develops HMOs can put their unique touch, interior design, brand colors, etc. on a property. We're talking high-end interior design. Guys, if you're new to my channel, my name's Kelvin. I'm out documenting the world of HMOs, showing you guys how it can and should be done. Today, I'm with a lady called Magda. She has near completing her 8-bed HMO in sunny Warrington. Let's go inside and see what it's about. Hello.
Hi guys.
Hi. Nice to see you. Thanks for having us.
Nice to see you. Hello. Welcome to the Project West Avenue.
So guys, we are officially in Magda's, what seemed like a beautiful space. Magda, I want first of all, if you just introduce yourself to the viewers and the project.
So hello everybody, my name is Magda or Magdalena. I'm a founder of Urban Island Property. This project is a conversion of a 4-bedroom home into 8-bedroom and 8-bathroom co-living home in Warrington.
How many weeks do you think we are so far to get to this point?
So we started 15th of July.
Okay.
So just about over 7 months.
The first thing I realized when I come into spaces, the brand colors, the interior design has come together really well. For the viewers, I think it may be best if we start in the first room and then flow through the property. Let's start off with bedroom number 1.
Yeah, sure, let's go ahead.
Magda, I love your interior design.
Thank you.
I feel like what we're trying to do here in this project is show people what HMOs should look like. Personally, when I go abroad, I book Airbnbs, I'm booking spaces that look nothing like my home. So this is somewhere I would definitely book to say.
Yeah.
Take me through it. Bedroom number 1, color scheme, layout. I'll let you just explain.
We tried to do interior design in a cohesive way, so it makes it look more professional, it makes it look more expensive. We chose natural colors. They're good for well-being of tenants as well. And this is also our brand color. So Urban Island Property is all about natural tones. With regards to interior design, I've actually done most of it myself.
Wow. Are you qualified in it or is it just a hobby? Like, how did you get to this?
I had an interior designer on my first project and she's amazing. It's Charlotte from Ruth. I've watched how she did it and I just applied similar design to what she did on my first project on this project. However, I did use people from Fiverr to bring it to life. I had a SketchUp model created in SketchUp so I can actually see every single room and I can apply paints in different ways. For me, I'm a very visual person. I need to see it. And that's why having like a SketchUp model where you can actually view the rooms, it's really helpful. I also had them do a paint plans, electrical elevations, and all the elevations in the property for the build team so they can actually bring this to life. It's not always easy. And it's not like, okay, this wall is that, this wall is that. You know, as you can see, we have a little bit more of a complicated paint. So making sure how we communicate that to trades, it's very, very important.
Again, sometimes dealing with trades, they don't care so much about the beautiful, pretty colors. They just want to get paint on walls. Fiverr, that's something different. I've not heard that before. What made you use someone from Fiverr?
Well, there's a lot of work. I know how to use SketchUp, but I don't know really how to build plans, etc. So I needed somebody who knows how to do that. And Fiverr is really great for that because it's a good price. Altogether for the person from Fiverr, it cost me about £200. It was a lot of work though. It's a lot of communication from my side because that person from Fiverr has got many projects. At the same time, we've developed the process with that person. So for the next project, it will be much easier. Rinse
and repeat. I love that. So guys, if you have any questions on anything Magda just said, interior design, please drop them in the comment section below. I'll also leave Magda's Instagram if you want to reach out to her, ask any questions, give us some positive words about the build, please do so. Magda, in terms of layout, I can see every room is a pretty similar size. Are you happy with this layout? Is it what you wanted it to be?
Every room has got very similar layout. What we want to do, we want to compartmentalize every section in the room. So we have a place for the dressing, we have a place for the studies, that we have a dresser across from the bed to be able to put a TV there. Also, we want to make sure that the wardrobe is out of the way so we can have this more spacious feeling in the room. So when we do the design, we start from end product. Even before we create the walls, I know that not everybody does it that way. Somebody does it as an afterthought, but then that way you can lose a lot of space. Space might not flow as easily, so you want to really put it in your SketchUp, in your plans first. And we know what size of the furniture that will be because we use Landlord Furniture, so we know exactly what is the size of each, so we can then plan everything around that. This is the starting point really, and then we can see, okay, if there is a door swing, is there a place for tenants to put even a mat to exercise? Where you have a mirror, is there enough space to stand in front of it? Because in the end of the day, yes, there are people living in here. I know this is an investment.
Now you've explained, I clearly understand everything is in the right place. Really, really well done. Like, I really like this one. Perfect. I guess let's go through to bedroom number 2. So we are now in room number 2. Again, very good large window there, which is letting the most natural light in to complement the soft colors. Magda, take us through bedroom 2.
So this bedroom is quite similar to the other bedroom. We've created this ensuite in a way so we can put the wardrobe in a separate corner. And overall, I feel like this looks like a hotel room.
It definitely does.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite rooms.
Obviously, you didn't have any to say on this, but the street outside is so peaceful. Whoever's in here is going to have a peaceful setting.
So this property is located about 15 minutes walk to Warrington Central, yet you have that quite residential area, so it will appeal to different tenants. This is really, really quiet here at night as well.
What kind of tenants are you going for? Is it professional, student?
So it will be professional tenants, yeah.
Have you had any rooms taken so far?
So we actually started viewings during the build process.
Nice.
And yeah, 2 rooms have been already secured.
That must be so good for you, where someone has come into your product and says, this place is somewhere I want to live. I see myself living.
Yeah, no, it feels really good because it's like your hard work pays off. It's really good to see that people appreciating that.
Anything that's gone wrong in this room?
We have not anticipated for soundproofing from the beginning of the project. We designed the place initially for the 8-bedroom, and after that we had to add soundproofing, which meant the rooms slightly shrunk. Because of that, we had to put 2 double boards on each side of the stud, insulation in the ceilings, resilient bars, like all lots. So it's basically, this place is as soundproof as flats would be. I shout my husband's name, he doesn't hear me. I don't know, maybe he's ignoring me, but he says that he can't hear me. That was actually a condition for planning permission as well. So it's important to read those bits and pieces.
So I know if you go above 6 persons in HMO, you have to go through planning. Take me through that process.
It was smooth. I know you don't hear that probably often. Cool. But it was actually a smooth process. I've spent a lot of time reading through nearly all of the planning applications. I have no life, that's what I do on Friday night. Because this project is mainly funded by investors, so it is my job and my responsibility to make sure that I deliver on what I've promised. We started the build without having planning permission in place.
Yeah, risky.
It was, and it wasn't at the same time, because we always had a fallback of 6 bedrooms anyway, but I was confident that we will get approval. Read all the planning applications. I saw what the officers were considering. We only had to put bike rack at the back, and we had to provide information about how we're going to deal with waste in the bin. And we got approval 2 days before the deadline. Wow. So that was amazing.
So in terms of the team you use, architect or planning consultant, that's someone you worked with before?
No, so actually this is all new people on this project. To be honest, I didn't have a planning consultant. It's my architect that basically submitted the application. We put it together. I had quotes from other planning consultants ranging up to £5,000
just to do what you did.
This was just a simple reshuffling of the walls. We didn't do any extension, we didn't do any loft conversion. I'd be seeking more advice if this was more complicated project.
You've come to an area, you've done the hard research in the Friday nights, which many people are not willing to do.
I'm sad.
No, you're not sad. You're committed, you're motivated, you've got investors.
So
hopefully investors are seeing it, like believing in Magda and what she's doing. It just shows you're committed to it.
There's so many different elements of doing HMOs. So it's the tenants, there's investors, there's council. There's just, you have to be able to look at everything. The preparation is key.
Okay, I'm excited to see the kitchen because I know it's amazing. Let's head on through to the kitchen. I want to talk through that space as well. Wow, Magda, if this is your work, you're going to have lots of clients, I'm sure, and you're going to have to tell them to go away because you're too busy. This space is amazing.
First thing about this space is that we've utilized the extension for the kitchen. That way we are able to use more of the existing footprint of the house. It's a very minimal space for corridors, so we can allow more space for the bedrooms and for the kitchen as well. I actually really like the fact that it's a long kitchen, so you can have somebody on the sofa area watching TV, you can have people eating at the table, people cooking, and it will all be very comfortable. Also, we separated the fridges, we separated the stoves. I know that again there are developers who put them together, which makes sense in terms of the connections and everything like that, but I always like to keep it separate so tenants can comfortably cook.
I agree, because if we are housemates and your cooking space spaghetti bolognese and I'm cooking something here, it's just it's too close. So it makes sense to spread it. You put all your utensils, seasoning, and everyone else can still come in and make food around you. So I think that's a great idea, to be honest.
The kitchen is Howdens. We've used them before as well, and we use them again. I really like the smooth lines. That makes it look a little bit more expensive. So sometimes you have the extractor fan that is completely exposed. We have the same, everything on the same line. And then we have the extractor pipe above, but we covered it that way. It makes it look a little bit more sleek.
Before you said that, I would never have known.
What you want is you want to walk in the space and be like, wow, that's really nice, but you don't know exactly why. And there are a couple of other things as well we did to make it look more expensive on the budget. For example, the handles. Those are actually very cheap Amazon handles, but they give you an effect of this handle-less kitchen, which again is expensive if it's handle-less, and you get the same effect for a fraction of the price. And another thing is the floor here. So you won't see a concrete look floor everywhere. Those are LVT from Plus Floor, which they give you that concrete floor effect without doing the micro cement, which is quite expensive. We also have one dryer, one wash machine, and one wash machine / dryer. The regulations are for one each, but we've provided an extra because I think 8 people will require a little bit more of the facilities. On the previous project as well, I sourced all the appliances from different places. Here, I just went with Howdens. just take it away. At least one headache less. So when they delivered everything, and also they have a warranty. So whatever breaks in the kitchen, it's just Howdens. You don't have to go into different providers. So you might be able to save a little bit more if you buy the appliances separately. It wasn't that much of a big difference, so I think it's worth it just to keep it from the same supplier. But again, you know, it's each to their own.
I see loads of wall units. I'm assuming every room has their own dedicated cupboard space.
I mean, I didn't put numbers on them, but there is enough room for everyone.
Because I know that's with HMOs. If tenants don't get on, people are like going in different cupboards. Good that they've at least got their own space to decide themselves.
Yes, but our tenants are really nice. In the previous property, they all really get along well, and we do a lot of due diligence before we take on a tenant. Our management agency as well, they not only look at the references and the credit score, etc., the standard stuff, but they also try to get a feel out of a person to make sure that they fit with whoever already taken on the room. So we try to minimize these issues like the petty. I mean, the petty stuff maybe is gonna happen. I mean, it happens in everybody's home, but so that's gonna happen. But we want to try and avoid the bigger issues.
I know some landlords have like movie nights or ordered pizzas just to kind of get people work together. So different people do different things. It just shows, again, you're thinking through the process. You're working with a team, and you're trying to get people who somehow can work together, live together. So Magda, we have an amazing dining space. Let's quickly have a look and see. I like the look of this, making me hungry.
We had a breakfast here this morning, and we thought, wow, this is really nice. Especially have this light coming through. The
paneling as well. The pop orange kind of complements the sofa too. So I can see this is your masterwork. Is your table at home looking this lovely?
You know what? This was my husband actually.
Oh, lovely. Teamwork. Love that.
He put this table together. So yeah, the end of the project, it's probably something not many people talk about. It can be very stressful.
Please talk about this, because I personally, for those that want to see my previous video, I had done the end of mine. I only just 2 rooms out of 5 bed, but I found the running up and down IKEA trips done now, buying microwaves, blinds, nightmare.
I said on the last project that I'll never do it again. And then of course I did it again. The things that probably I improved upon was ordering things online. If you can get some bargains and then go in person, but otherwise there's just no point. Just get it delivered. I also did some shopping on Black Friday and we brought it all with a van. But then again, you have to consider cost of the van and your time, etc. So I don't know in the end if we actually saved it. We want to always, as well, when it comes to kitchen, you always want to make sure that you do a little bit extra, because that's like the money room. If you want to save money, I would say save it on the rooms, because the paint can really do miracles. We only had 4 pieces of paneling in each room that cost £20. So you don't have to do too much.
Genuinely, this is, I think, one of the first few episodes we're doing, and so far this is the best kitchen I've seen.
Oh really?
And
oh wow.
So, like, I'm very happy to document. No, seriously, you've done a great job here. We've still got so many rooms to go, so let's go through to number 4 and then show these guys what they look like. So we are now in room number 4, again keeping with the same color tones. Magda, take us through this one.
This used to be a garage. We had to dig out the floor, insulate everything properly, remove the garage door, of course, utilize that space to provide an additional bedroom together with an ensuite bathroom.
So when you first found the property online, however you found it, was there any issues with the build of this? You said you had to dig down. Was there any issues with that?
No, we accounted for that, and actually I think we spent about £12,000 altogether, which is much cheaper if you were to do this as an extension.
You see the reality, we've got some boxes here. It's still a finished building site.
Yeah, everything else is hidden in the cabinets.
Yeah, but guys, it just shows you like we need to get to this point, but there's so much boxes. Everything in here came in a box.
So many boxes.
So that's something that we're making sure everything's being recycled. We don't want to see outside because it doesn't look like inside. But that's the honest truth of what property is like. Yes. Magda's been doing it. She's well presented today, but I'm sure you've had dust all over you and paint all over you. It's just reality. That's HMOs, guys. Magda, we're just going to the next bedroom. I think it's bedroom 3, which we passed. And we've got some major rooms upstairs as well. So, bedroom number 3. I see, Magda, this has got a very interesting, unique layout. Talk us through.
Yes, I'm closing it so just you can see that we've done all of this in kind of a terracotta color. But this room's got a funky layout. And we did that because we wanted to, again, introduce different areas for the bedroom. So we have proper dressing area here with a wardrobe, with a mirror, for the tenants, and they have even natural light coming in. The bed area, an ensuite, and then behind James there is a desk area as well. In that way it feels like a tiny flat.
I love this color. Do you know what color this is?
Of course. So this one is buon fresco from Coat Paint. So we've got 4 different colors in the house. We don't actually have any white. So we've got Kind Regard, which is the off-white color. We've got the green one is Nomad and buon fresco. And we have a Cargo, which isn't in this room, which is kind of like beige. So even when it comes to colors, you don't want to have more than 3 in one room. In this room we can do zoning because of the actually shape of the walls that we've created. But in the rooms where you don't have that, you can always use paint for zoning as well.
We've driven half an hour and like I got outside, I was like, I just need to chill out, but I feel like since I've come inside, I'm like very calm.
Oh, really?
Really? So like it's working.
You know, you're not the first person who actually said that.
I feel calm. So what I like about the rooms and the colors is that it's gender neutral. You shouldn't have any people, I don't like this room, the color's too female or too loud. It's just natural. Paneling. I love what you've done.
So everything in this house, it's we're created first of all a mood board, but also to our logo, which is like an arch and stripes. So there is going to be quite a few stripy things going on around the house, and that's the reason why we did the paneling that way. So it's similar to the logo. So I think that all paneling for the house came under £500. So for example, this panel in here is a 1/3 of a large sheet. Also have to consider the labor cost. If you want to buy, for example, quite cheap paneling, which is just one individual panel, though that might not be too expensive. But then the labor cost, that's going to take time, that's going to take skill, and that's going to take money. So even sometimes it's better to buy a little bit more of an expensive paneling. Just use it wisely, glue to the wall, and you don't spend too much on labor.
It's a great little feature. It complements the paint. Obviously, it's the same color. It's better artwork, I think, to be honest, in some instances. So yeah, very good little touch as well there.
Thank you.
Bedroom number 5. I was saying just now, it's the first time I've come in a HMO. There's 4 rooms, downstairs. Just head upstairs. Let's see the rest of this property. So bedroom number 6, again, looking fabulous. I love the size of this ensuite as well. It feels very generous for whoever's going to be living in here.
So this one is actually the widest one. So the shower is 1 meter wide, where the other ones are 80 centimeters. So this one will be suitable for somebody who wants a larger bathroom. Every room is an ensuite room. Bathrooms are probably less than 2 square meters. So they're on the smaller side. However, they are still perfectly functional, which is the most important thing. Overall, we have the same flooring. It's a vinyl, but it's a very thick one. So my trades were complaining about how thick it is because it's not that easy to manipulate, but because of that, it's also very high quality and robust. So with regards to the tiles above the sink, that this is a little bit of creativity there. We use 2 different colors, and so there's no extra cost, and you're getting that design element. In terms of the tiles that are under the shower, so we opted for large tiles instead of doing the small ones, just to reduce the amount of grout, so it's easier for maintenance. I'm not the biggest fan of panels, so we've got concrete tiles with wooden or white vanities, and then with all the black towel rads, black fittings, everything around the property as well, all the sockets and all the light switches, etc. We kept that all black, again, to just somehow tie everything in. Overall, this is one of the larger rooms. We also have a funky features from the house itself. So we've got the ends of a hip rafter showing, poking in the corner of that room.
So Magda, question I had, you've got this amazing property which is near complete. How did you find it?
So this was actually an auction property. I didn't view this property myself.
That's a rule number 1 of Homes Under Hammer.
I have somebody who is doing all my viewing, and she does a much better job than me. It's difficult to find a property that is just on Rightmove and you're like, okay, that one at that price, I'll just buy it. It just doesn't happen. It's a highly competitive environment, so you need to have some sort of an edge. My edge for this property specifically was, number one, it's not a standard size. Half of this house was built in 1997, so this is we were standing here on the extension, and then they've built the garage. The house is 140 square meters, which is quite large, but you can't really immediately see that it is. Also, there was no EPC, so you couldn't see the size of it, and there was no floor plan. Unless somebody did come on the viewing, measure everything, drew out floor plan, they would have no idea how big the property was.
So is that what your viewing person helped do?
Yes, she did that on the viewing.
So we've just finished up in bedroom number 6. We still have a few more to go. We're going to go straight to bedroom number 7 and we'll ask some more questions to Magda. So guys, room number 7, question that I'm sure everyone is going to be wanting to know, the numbers. Take us through.
We purchased this property for 185, purchased through auction. Build cost about 180, and with regards to the final valuation, it should be between 520 and 540, depending on the yield that will be used by a valuer. We did blow all our contingency on the soundproofing, and that was like right at the beginning of the project, so everything else we had to make sure it's right on cost.
So some good points there Magda just mentioned is, first of all, she had a contingency. So for those that don't know, a contingency is an extra pot of cash. The builder doesn't know about it, just in the unlikely event that you have extra costs, which sometimes happen.
It always does.
And secondly, she also mentioned cutting costs back. That's basically called value engineering, where you look at all the costs, you see how you can somehow achieve the same finish but for reduced cost. Very good thing with your accountancy background, being close to the numbers. Very, very good. I want to go into bedroom number 8. So head into it. So Magda, bedroom number 8. Before we get into the layout of this room, you spoke to me off camera about how you fund these projects. Talk to us a bit about that process and how it's been for you on this project.
So this project required £270,000 to complete. 200 out of that were private investors' funds. We have 4 different investors on fixed loan basis. Basically, they lend us an X amount of funds, they invest, and then we return it to them at the end of the project with an interest on top. We have something that's called investor pipeline process. The process is very much to ensure that investors are protected. We provide to them what they are after. So we do a lot of due diligence in terms of finding out exactly the circumstances of an investor, what's the returns that they are expecting. I'm actually not able to pitch any of the financial product until after I have assessed each of the investors to make sure that they are either high net worth investors or sophisticated investors. Once that's done and they are happy, then we are able to show them the live deal, and then they can make a decision if they want to invest. So far, all the investors that we showed the deal to, they were happy to go ahead.
Well, Magda, I'll definitely say on behalf of your investors, if they're watching this and they haven't seen a property, they'll see from this, the property looks amazing. You've already said 2 rooms already been taken. It's funny because we have not spoke about the room, but we know the room looks good. What size is this roughly?
So they're all similar size of around 10 square meters. I've mentioned before that we want to always keep the dressers across from the beds so tenants can place the TV upon them. However, in this room, the layout worked best if we put a dresser here. So this is the only room where we put a TV bracket on the wall. And we do have an open wardrobe, so we can utilize the space above the stairs. The stairs come probably up to here. Snagging needs to be done in here, I'm fully aware. But it's an open wardrobe that allows us to utilize a little bit more of that space in the house. Yes, and this one is a really nice and calm room. As you've mentioned before, this is a really quiet street. There's a nice light coming in, and there's the trees outside as well. So it also feels a little bit like a hotel room in here.
Perfect. Going to the last room. We've done it a bit of a weird way around. Go to bedroom number 5. Last but not least, this, like the rest of them, has a different kind of tone.
This one is probably the smallest bedroom, but as we were talking before about different tenants and different budgets, so this was actually one of the rooms that was secured first, because again, it is priced the lowest. So the color scheme actually in this room, this one probably is the most neutral. So this one, we have all the furniture here together, which gives that little bit more of a bespoke furniture kind of look.
Where was that sourced from?
So it's from Landlord Furniture. I used them before and I will use them again. They are really good because they bring the furniture already assembled. I don't know about you guys, but furniture assembled, it can be really, really time consuming and frustrating because they do a lot of HMOs. They know exactly how this works. Some spaces are very tiny as well. We brought all this furniture into the rooms and didn't damage any walls. That's why it's good for the HMO developers specifically.
Did they take the boxes and their mess away as well?
They just brought in the furniture wrapped in cling film and then they took it all away with them and put all the handles, etc. So it's just when I come in, it's all everything in the right places.
In and out in one one day?
In one morning.
Wow.
Yes.
Guys, if you're thinking of doing HMOs, leverage a company that know what they're doing. There's others out there, but Landlord are probably one of the best that do it. A lot of the developers use it. You can see the quality of the finish. It complements Magda's interior design very, very well. Massive shout out to the guys at Landlord Furniture. I'm going to close the video there. It's been so good, Magda, to come down and visit you on your project. I want to say a massive congratulations. I will always tag Magda's Instagram and how you can get in contact. Please reach out to her. Let her know how you feel in the comment section below. Let us know what your favorite rooms are. But for this video, that's the end of it.
Thank you so much. And thank you so much for coming as well. I appreciate it.
No worries at all. Done!
Yay! Yay!